Hey guys, quick note, if you guys are finding these guides helpful, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. They really help me out with the algorithm and all that, but you probably all know that jazz by now, so let's just get right to the lab.
.276.
Alright, let's take a look at that. So, one note on the outlap before we get to the money part is I had a strategy here to save a little bit of tire by not really pushing it through turns 1 and 2 on the outlap. So you see here I'm really easing it through, trying not to do anything that would put extra wear on my tires for no reason. And you can see I go through the same process in 3 and 4, or in turn 2. I'm just coasting. You see how much I'm losing on the relative. So now we come to building the momentum for the hot lap. And so I get off the gas really early. Let's see about where I got off the gas here. Decided not to do slow motion for this video. Things happen pretty slowly at Pocono. So I got off the gas about way even before this marker right here. So this is a lot earlier than you'll see me do it on the hot lap. And so I let out really early just so that I can get back in the throttle as early as possible. So I wanted to start by the wall and then turn down towards the yellow line to make as straight of an exit as possible. And that is how you're going to carry the most speed coming to your hot lap. So you see I can straighten the wheel fairly early. Get a little loose sometimes, but the wheel was pretty straight, was able to carry a good amount of speed. And you can see I'm already gaining on the relative. So now as we head up to turn 1, let's take a look at the line that I take here. I found that there's actually two very equal lines in turn 1 and 2. So here I chose going straight to the bottom. And this one you gain a lot of time on the initial dive, and then you kind of lose a bit on exit. So let's look at that again. So my marker, I let off just a little bit before this green light. See this green light right here? You let off just a little bit before then and then start turning down, and you want to aim yourself at the little apex that you see in the yellow line here. You want to aim yourself at that line, and then you're dragging your brake a little bit up until that point. I think I stabbed it too. Let me back up real quick. So yeah, I maxed out at about 25% brake. More of a drag than a stab, really. and that brought me down to the yellow line. And once you get to the yellow line, at Pocono and these cars, you can really just full throttle off the corner and it'll stick. And I was getting a little loose, so you had to modulate a little bit. And you can see I'm losing a bit of time off of the exit, but that was what I have to give up in order to get that run. So another line that I'll say real quickly before we move on, another line that you can do that's about the same that I've gotten in terms of time is that instead of diving your car to the yellow, you can run it along this second seam. Same idea with attacking in the corner and getting on the throttle early, but you're going to carry more speed off the corner, and it about evens out. Maybe a couple hundred slower doing the second line, but this also could be something for you to use during a race line if it's more comfortable for you. If you slide your tires less, then that might be the line for you. All right, so let's go to turn 2 here. So turn 2, you're carrying a lot of speed. Now this is just a straight up exercise in timing. One quick note before I do that. I was staying off the wall on all the straightaways just in case the wall arrow would drag my car a little bit, maybe a hundredth or two. That's just a precaution. You don't need to do that. So I didn't really have a point that I definitively knew to turn in, but basically once I could see the grass, like you can see the grass kind of coming up to here, but then once it's like very apparent that that right there is grass, that's when I started that's usually when I started turning in. And I would aim myself again right at the bottom. But here, I let out a lot earlier than you do in, say, the B car or the C truck. Because in the C truck, you can almost full throttle the entire thing. In the Arca car, you're going to need to let off really early. Even drag the brake a little. I'm dragging about 10% here to make sure I get to the yellow line. And then pick up the throttle early so that you carry as most momentum as possible. Because this car cannot full throttle through the corner here. You're going to need to get that same line that you're able to get in the trucks. But you have to do it with what the Arca car gives you. So you have to drag the brake a little bit, get to the yellow, and then pick up the throttle early. And it gets a little loose, but that kind of helps you stay off the wall if you use it well. So let's look at the whole corner one more time. So again, turn in. So it looks like I'm turning in about where that orange cone is now that I look at it after the fact. The last orange cone is when I start turning in, and make sure to hit the apex and just keep as much momentum as possible by letting off the throttle and braking early and picking up the throttle early. All right, so now we're going to go into the last corner here, turn 3. So my goal for turn 3 is literally just to paint this line all the way across. I want to get to the yellow. I want to get to the curbing, the little curbing that's there. I want to get there right when it starts, and I want to wrap it all the way around and get to the throttle as early as possible. So you see, I turn down, and my goal is to get to the bottom by the time the curbing comes. And then I can just wrap the yellow line, straighten out the wheel, let the car drive where it needs to go to make the corner, and carry as much speed as possible. Okay, so let's look at that one more time. So you see right here, I'm on the yellow line by the time I'm at this curbing right here. And you see I stay on that yellow line, and I start tracking out once I get back full on the throttle. I got back on the throttle very early, I believe. That's the goal of it. So I drag the brake just a little bit to get into the corner. Make sure I'm on the line. I get to half throttle almost immediately. I'm half on the throttle. And I gradually ease it up to full throttle. It's a bit of a feeling, but it's pretty lenient. These cars, since they get loose, they're not as defined timings as the trucks are. You can kind of play around with your style and your comfort level. And you can put down a time very similar to this with a lot of different approaches. So keep working on what's best for you. Use this as a baseline and go from there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this guide, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Bit of a longer video today, but Pocono has more turns. I don't care what anybody else says. I hope you all have a good one, and we'll see you on the track.